Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Chad here. I had a few thoughts that I wanted to share. Um, I'm kind of just at home. Karma, my dog, just had spaying surgery, so she's not doing too well. So we're just hanging out. But it kind of brought up some thoughts, and I was texting Megan just a little bit ago. One of the things that I struggle with the most, just kind of a daily life type thing, is the level of emotional intensity that comes with being Chad. I there's a category or a term of people that has been researched quite a bit over the last 10 or 15 years. And this doctor coined a term called the highly sensitive person. So, some of the things that characterize this personality trait, when you feel your emotions like any other human, that part is the same. But then you multiply each of those feelings by 50. Highly sensitive simply means that you're sensitive to stimuli. So, whether like one of mine is light. Lighting really affects me, stress and mood and all that kind of stuff. And it's kind of a joke with Megan, but the fact of the matter is that's a stimulus, and my nervous system responds as a highly sensitive person. Now, when it comes to emotions, it's not as simple because emotions are very complex. And what I would say to that is any emotion you feel, it's simply more, a lot more. And I've only discovered that because I am that type of person. There's only about 30% of the population that is considered a highly sensitive individual. And of course, we're all different. It's a spectrum. One of the things that I always experienced throughout life was this feeling that emotions were dangerous because of the intensity in which I felt them. Now, if it was happy, great. Yeah, no one gets upset when people are just happy. But then the other side of that spectrum is the dark side, the sadness and the anger and these emotions that can be really tricky and off-putting and even dangerous sometimes. Those are the ones where you feel it so deeply that it interferes with your daily life. For example, a small thing, I, even to this day, but up until recently, there was just movies I wouldn't watch. And not because I thought they were stupid or the plot was ridiculous or anything like that. Those are the movies I tend to gravitate toward. But this is like, movies that you get attached to characters and someone dies or, it doesn't work out the way that you had hoped. People will even cry in movies. And then they're like, oh my God, that was so sad. Oh my goodness. Me, it'll ruin the rest of my day. Like, I cannot function at a happy level after witnessing a fictional movie about people and things go wrong or whatever. It sounds ridiculous, and it is, but I could give even more examples of situations where that's happened with me. So today, the feelings that I'm having just kind of felt stuck. Like I'm kind of just hanging here with Karma. Poor thing, she's like nodding off right there. And so I'm kind of just here. I'm at home. My work is out there, but I kind of have to stay with her. So I was left with this kind of free day, so to speak. I'm not motivated. I don't feel like doing shit. And that to me is a real red flag, because I know the difference between I just need to take a day off, I want to relax, and I'm taking a day off and I can't relax. So today it's just been like, I mean, I have my guitar laying right here. I've got my laptop. I have like computer and streaming and plenty of work around the house. And I feel so flat and so unmotivated, but there's no cause, there's no reason. And that is so frustrating for me. I think many times people will feel like, oh, I don't feel like doing that right now. And then they kind of get over it and then they move on. I can't do that. Like, I get so stuck that even the thought of completing a simple task, something that I've been working on around the house or something, it just fills me with this, like, not dread, but just before dread. And so I think, oh, I'll just watch a show. I'll just watch TV. Nope, couldn't find anything. I don't want to keep looking. As a highly sensitive person, I'm used to extremes in my emotions. That's some of the problems I've had along the way throughout my life is because of that. I recognize that my emotions get really big, whether they're good or bad. But I've always tried to tone it down because I felt embarrassed. I felt like I was maybe too much for people. So then I just keep relationships at a superficial level. I'm still amazed that my wife loves me and wants to stay with me after getting to know me even better. It's amazing. And I don't believe that I shouldn't be with my wife because she's better than me. It's not like that. It's just like, I'm a lot. Like, I really can be a lot to handle when you are in my life and you're very close to me. I'm sure people would have some great stories to tell you. I'm going to try and wrap up here because this was more about me and my therapy and my mental health. I was texting Megan and it was like this long. And I told her at the end, I think I'm just like trying to work through this, and that's a good thing. But she said, hey, why don't you do a video? And I thought that's perfect, because these are the things that I want to talk about, just things that really matter to me in my daily life that you may not care about, but there's gonna be someone out there that's like, wow, I struggle with that too. Whether it's like extreme emotions or just being flat, a dysthymic sort of state where you're just a little bit depressed all the time. Like, all of that is in my wheelhouse. I've experienced all of it. If you're feeling a certain way, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm still learning this. Yes, I have to check in with my wife and say, I don't know, like, I'm really fucking upset about this, but I'm not sure if I should be. That, as a 52-year-old dude, that's a little bit embarrassing that I don't even know what's an appropriate response in emotional situations. I'm really intelligent. Like, I understand things logically, but when you start talking about emotions, there is no black and white. It's all different shades of color and on a spectrum. And so the feelings that I have are legit, they're real, but they're not me. And that's what I'm trying to focus on. When I'm in a state like this, where I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do, and I got so much to do, and I don't want to, and I'm just kind of depressed, and my dog doesn't feel good. Like that, I can just kind of stay in that. But as I'm learning more about this, I'm recognizing that they're also temporary. Like, all of my big extreme emotions, good and bad and everything in between, never stay. And when I'm in a moment of, for example, dysregulation, of kind of just, I'm losing it a bit, that's when I need to have the practice before those situations, talking and working through emotions when I'm not freaking out. Because once I get into that state, it's like, there's nothing I can do. Like, I'm there, I'm going to be there, and it will end. But just staying in it is really hard. Not wallowing, but staying in it. Being comfortable with being uncomfortable, that's not what I'm used to. So I'm working on it and I'm getting better at it. But if you're struggling with the idea that everybody says you're too sensitive, or geez, they're always so emotional, or like, that's okay. It's not a put down. It might be from them, but that doesn't matter to you. Their words don't have to affect your life. Know that your emotions are normal and it's healthy to feel them, and it's going to feel like shit sometimes, like me today, just not feeling it. And I'm going to be okay with that. Next time I might not be. I'm not perfect. I fuck this stuff up all the time, but I keep doing it and I keep learning and I keep getting better at, and I keep realizing that everyone is different. And for me to say, oh my gosh, why wouldn't you get upset about? Why? Because I'm not them. They can be in charge of their emotions. I can be in charge of mine. This is a whole big topic. So I'm not trying to just gloss over things, but when you feel it's okay for those feelings to show up, you can't stop them. I tried to drink them down for 30 years, but it just didn't work, and they came up later. I'm telling you, just let them go, let them happen. They will get less and they won't be as intense, and that's coming from somebody that feels things very intensely. So for the rest of the day, I'm just going to kind of sit with this idea that I don't have to change anything per se. I'm not going to wallow in it, but I'm also not going to beat myself up about emotions. That's also another big topic. Just being kind to yourself, being okay with fucking up, or saying the wrong thing, or feeling like you're feeling too much, those sort of things. So anyway, hope that somebody picked up something that they can use. I always feel alone when I talk about this stuff, because honestly, most people don't understand this whole idea of high sensitivity and emotions being healthy in all their forms. Those sort of things are relatively new to me too. So I'm going to just keep working on it and keep posting videos about struggles and successes and that sort of thing. I don't edit. I don't add a bunch of shit, funny, weird stuff to my videos, or I'm just trying to do this in order to help someone else out if they're having some of the same feelings. So anyway, you guys hang in there. I hope that you got something out of this video, and hopefully you'll tune in. Yeah, anyway, tune in. All right, you guys, have a wonderful day. I love you.